Hey friend, welcome to Finding Life. My name is Brian Bell. I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're here in the live stream with me each morning, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m., or if you're joining me after the live stream. Either way, I'm so glad you're here. Happy Tuesday. Happy Valentine's Day. It is February 14th, 2023. We're just getting started here. This is week number 3, day number 2, live stream number 13. Just getting started. We're going to continue to evolve and change the show and add new things as we go along. Right now, I am just getting started. I'm just showing up. You know, Woody Allen says 80% of success is just showing up. So I'm already 80% successful. Just trying to show up every morning and get practice. I'm practicing in public, as Jeff Goins recommended. And so let me know what you think the show needs. Let me know how I can improve it. Be nice, though. Be nice. I'm just getting started. I know I'm going through the ugly phase. You know, one thing about the ugly phase is you can't go around it. You have to go through it. So I'm going through it. This is it. If you're here with me in these beginning days, I apologize a little bit. I promise I will get better as we go. All right. What do we got going on? Let me see here. I try to add some notes because I've continuously forget to say things I want to talk about. So I've added a monitor here beside my camera, and I'm going to try to have some bullet points here to go down through. Let me know what you got planned for Valentine's Day. For me and Bobby, I can't say everything that we have planned because I still have some things kind of like under the lid. But I did buy us some steaks and some lobster yesterday. We're going to have a little nice at-home dinner together tonight. We did try to make reservations to a very nice restaurant that some very special friends give us a gift card to. You know who you are. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. But they were already booked out. They were booked out way far in advance. So we just decided to just stay at home tonight. We're going to cook some steak and some lobster and maybe some salad and rolls and maybe a side of vegetables. So we'll see. I did give her some chocolate covered strawberries this morning. Let me know what you got planned for Valentine's Day. I would love to hear from you. If you're on the live stream here, give me join in on the chat. If you're watching post recording, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about the show. Let me know how I can make it better, what I could add or evolve it. And then, let me know what you need. The purpose of this is to, back in 2011, I had this thought that there's got to be something more to life than this. And I know it's a common thought, probably more common in people that go through, I don't want to say midlife crisis, but like as they get a little bit further along in life. Like when I got this thought, I was 39 years old. And so after we go for a while, and then you're just like, there's got to be something more to life than this. And I think I know it's a common thought. I mean, they've made movies about it. I mean, Free Guy is a movie about this thought. If you've seen Free Guy, it's one of my favorite movies. Just because of that, just because it parallels with we don't have to live like everyone else. We don't have to do what everyone else does just because that's what everyone else is doing, And then Bronnie Ware, the number one life regret she heard. I wish I'd had the courage to live life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. The purpose of my show is for me to live my life true to me and help you live your life true to you. To find what's missing in life, to find the something more in life. And I want to help you do that to the best of my ability. So any way that I can help you. This year we're laying the foundation with the Word for Finding Life. We're reading through New Testament, Psalms, and Proverbs. I am doing this just to lay the foundation, to get used to being on camera every day, to have some kind of foundation to build some content on. I do believe, though, that the Word is foundational for life, for finding life. And so as we lay the foundation with the Word, everything else, all the practical ways of finding life, I feel are built on top of that. So, whether it's mindset, perspective, self-discipline, all the practical ways of doing well. We're supposed to do well. The parable of the talents. We're supposed to do well with our life. God says in Genesis, we are to subdue the earth. We're to take ownership. We're to take control. Self-discipline is a fruit of the Spirit. We're supposed to do well. Jesus came to give us life and life to the full. And so we should live that out. We should live out God's truth. Anyway, let me know any way I may help you. If you need prayer, I've thought about should I pray on the show? If you need prayer, how to pray, how to read God's word, anything spiritually or non-spiritually, anything about finding life. It doesn't matter. Another thing I want to do is just let you know that it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you do. Your life has value. Your life has purpose. You're here for a reason. So if you need help with that, let me know. Let me know any way I may help you. Hey, something to celebrate. I crossed over 25 subs this weekend, so I'm so thankful for that. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I do want to build a community here. I don't want this to be a monologue, even though I'm the one with the mic here every morning. But I don't want it to be a monologue. I would prefer it to be a dialogue. I do want to build community. Join me here online, and then if you're in the local area, if you're in the Orange County area, join me on Sunday. We would love to have you at Echo Church in Anaheim, and come hang out. And we can find life online, and we can find life in person. So we'd love to have you there. All right, let's see what else we got today. Let me know what you got planned for Valentine's Day. Let me know what you got going on. Show some love to those around you. It's all about love, right? Love conquers all. And today is the love day. Happy Valentine's Day. Let's see here. Yesterday was a doozy. I got to say, yesterday was a doozy. It was Monday. Did you feel the effects of Monday yesterday? Yesterday, I was a little bit off. I was a little bit off the whole day. I got up extra early to help prepare for the show. I got up at 4:45. After the show, I was making Jay a bowl of cereal, and I knocked over his cereal, spilt it all. Thankfully, it was before I added the milk. I went outside to take Jay to school yesterday morning. My car had been ransacked. I noticed my driver's side door was just like barely open, and that was kind of weird. And then when I get to my car, I notice that like my glove box is open, my center console compartment is open, my main center console is open. Not all of it, half my stuff from my center console is in my driver's seat. They went through my car. I must have left it unlocked. I'm usually really good about keeping my car locked, but I don't know if they're going through like checking doors every night or what. But thankfully, I didn't find anything was missing. I didn't find anything at all that was missing or taken. They just went through my car. This did happen one time previously where I had accidentally left my trunk open for a few minutes. And that time, also, they had left my driver's side door just barely ajar. That was the first thing I noticed. And then that time they did get some stuff. That time they took me and Shelby's brand new skateboards, and they took some of our Eno hammocks out of my trunk. But thankfully yesterday, I didn't find anything that was taken, but my car was ransacked. I was coming back in from taking Jaden to school. I was carrying my coffee and some other stuff. I spilled coffee all over my arm and all down my front and onto my foot. And then I got a call midday. Jaden was sick, running a fever. He got sent home sick from school. And then last night, my favorite coffee mug. This is my favorite coffee mug right here that I use pretty much every morning. You can see last night the handle broke off my favorite coffee mug. So life can be challenging sometimes. That's the truth. I read this morning in Matthew, God sends the rain on the just and the unjust. It doesn't matter who we are. So yeah, I know life is hard sometimes. One of the things about as we get older, life seems to get a little harder. And it's hard for us not to become cynical. It's hard not for us to become bitter or like life can be challenging, but it's challenging for everyone. And, we don't have to let our circumstances affect our joy. We can rise above it. Viktor Frankl's got a book, Man's Search for Meaning. I haven't read all of that. I read a lot of it, but he was in a concentration camp, and he was talking about how the main point. I think the main point of that book is we don't have to let our circumstances control us. Like we can maintain hope. We can keep hope for a better future. And so, life is hard. Life, and there's ups and downs. Like I said before, there's opposites to everything. And so there's good in life and there's bad in life. And life is sometimes hard and life is sometimes easy. But as we get older, life does seem to wear on us. I was also reading in Solomon, he was supposed to be the wisest king. And he seemed to get a little worn down in his old age. And so, this show may pertain, it may relate more to people that have like been through some years of life struggle. And, cause that's where I've been, I'm 51 years old now. And so, 39 years old was when I had that first thought, there's gotta be something more to life than this. Life can wear on you, but I'm here to help. I'm here to like find joy in the journey and to help others find joy in the journey, to live life to the best of our ability and make the best of it. And so let me know how I can help you. Thank you again for subscribing. I so appreciate it. Let's see. I have some playlists here on YouTube. Yesterday I mentioned Steve Jobs, his commencement speech at Stanford, and I love that video. He talks about you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. And there's a lot of times in life, things happen, and we don't know why. Like, we don't understand. And so there's a lot of things in life where like we may not understand ever, or we may not understand until years later. Excuse me. One of the things, Bobby, a couple of quick stories. Bobby, she was born here in Corona, and then she moved to Tennessee when she was in 6th grade, and she absolutely hated it in Tennessee. But she went through all those many difficult years, had no idea why she was there, but we ended up meeting each other there right after high school. And, if she hadn't have moved to Tennessee, we wouldn't be a thing today, and we wouldn't have Shelby and Chloe and Jaden and this whole life that we have. And so super thankful for that. We moved here to California. Kind of the opposite thing happened with Shelby. Yesterday was Shelby's birthday. Happy birthday again, Shelby. But, she moved from Tennessee to California, and now she's met Oscar. And so it's just like, those are very, there's way more things and more deeper things. I don't know, but I don't want to say too much there, but I'm just saying sometimes in life, we don't know why things happen, and we may not know for a long time, and we may not ever know. But I feel like there's always things going on behind the scenes. And like I talk about in my outro, there's a common thread that connects us all, and there's more to life than meets the eye. And there's always things going on around us and behind the scenes that we don't see and we don't know. But God works all things for good, and praise God for that. This morning I want to talk about my cousin Dean a little bit. He doesn't know that I'm doing this, and but you can tell by this quote he's got this quote on his Facebook profile: all people who live die, but not all people who die have lived. And all people who live die, but not all people who die have lived. And so you can tell that we're part of the same family, right? We're here to live. And Dean has done a really good job of finding life true to him. Dean, prior Marine, thank you for your service. Semper Fi. I'm not a Marine, so I don't want to get in trouble there. But Dean, he became a paramedic during COVID. He volunteered to go to New York City and help out in the hospitals for COVID. We never know what's going to lead to what. We have to get outside of our comfort zone. We have to try new things, take risks, all that stuff. He got to New York City. He met some people, made a connection. Next thing you know, he's the medical director for the Spider-Man movie down in Atlanta. Like, he ended up getting hired by Sony. I mean, who hears of a paramedic being hired by a movie company? I mean, and if it wasn't for COVID, he was in charge of like testing everyone for the Spider-Man movie. And then next thing you know, he's on the other side of the world in Spain, on some islands in Spain. He's like an expedition medic for, he's out in the they were in Egypt. He was in Egypt, he was in Spain. And now you can see there's a show currently on right now called The Climb. You can look it up. It's they're mid-season right now. He was on that show, The Climb. He was the medic there. I did see him on camera the other day on a boat out in the water off the coast of Spain, I think it was. But anyway, and then now he's back over in Africa, or he did get a job. He went from paramedic to RN. He got a job at a hospital. He lives in a small town in Kentucky, and from there he's like traveling the world. That's his home base, and he's out traveling the world. He's out in Africa. He just left for Africa a few days ago. I don't even know what he has going on over there, but like he's known as the expedition medic. He's helped people run. He's been like a pacer for like runners. One time he was a pacer and a medic for guys that were trying to run across the country from Los Angeles to New York, and he's done stuff like that. So Dean's done a good job of like finding life true to him. And so, Dean, shout out to you this morning, buddy. Hope you're being safe over there, and safe travels, and continue the good journey. All right. Let's see what else we have here. I think that's about it for the beginning here. Like I said, we're laying the foundation for finding life in God's Word this year. Just getting started. Proverbs 8:35, wisdom says, whoever finds me finds life. I don't want us to miss out on what's the most important thing in life. Like, what's most important? What's most important? When you think about that, we're just laying the foundation. We're just taking a few minutes here every morning to lay the foundation in God's Word. And yeah, so let's get into it. We're in Matthew. Here we go. Matthew 27. Now it was the governor's custom each year during the Passover celebration to release one prisoner to the crowd, anyone they wanted. This year, there was a notorious prisoner, a man named Barabbas. As the crowds gathered before Pilate's house that morning, he asked them, which one do you want me to release you to, Barabbas or Jesus, who is called the Messiah? He knew very well that the religious leaders had arrested Jesus out of envy. Just then, as Pilate was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife sent him this message, leave that innocent man alone. I suffered through a terrible nightmare about him last night. Meanwhile, the leading priests and elders persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas to be released and for Jesus to be put to death. So the governor asked again, which of these two do you want me to release? The crowd shouted back, Barabbas. Pilate responded, then what should I do with Jesus, who is called the Messiah? They shouted back, crucify him. Why? Pilate demanded. What crime has he committed? But the mob roared even louder, crucify him. Pilate saw that he wasn't getting anywhere and that a riot was developing. So he sent for a bowl of water and washed his hands before the crowd, saying, I am innocent of this man's blood. The responsibility is yours. And all the people yelled back, we will take responsibility for his death, we and our children. So Pilate released Barabbas to them. He ordered Jesus flogged with a lead-tipped whip, then turned him over to the Roman soldiers to be crucified. Some of the governor's soldiers took Jesus into their headquarters and called out the entire regiment. They stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him. They wove thorn branches into a crown and put it on his head, and they placed a reed stick in his right hand as a scepter. Then they knelt before him in mockery and taunted, Hail, King of the Jews! They spit on him and grabbed the stick and struck him on the head with it. When they were finally tired of mocking him, they took off the robe and put his own clothes on him again, then led him away to be crucified. Today's Psalm. What joy for the nation whose God is the Lord, whose people he has chosen as his inheritance. The Lord looks down from heaven and sees the whole human race. From his throne he observes all who live on earth. He made their hearts, so he understands everything they do. The best equipped army cannot save a king, nor is great strength enough to save a warrior. Don't count on your war horse to give you victory. For all its strength, it cannot save you. But the Lord watches over those who fear him, those who rely on his unfailing love. He rescues them from death and keeps them alive in times of famine. We put our hope in the Lord. He is our help and our shield. In him our hearts rejoice, for we trust in his holy name. Let your unfailing love surround us, Lord, for our hope is in you alone. Today's Proverbs. Wisdom has built her house. She has carved its 7 columns. She has prepared a great banquet mixed with wines and set the table. She has sent her servants to invite everyone to come. She calls out from the heights overlooking the city. Come in with me, she urges the simple. To those who lack good judgment, she says, come, eat my food and drink the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways behind and begin to live. Learn to use good judgment. All right, that's the word for today. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate you. Let me know any way I may help you. Let me know any way I may help you find life. That's why I'm here. I just want to add as much value as I can and help you in any way I can. So let me know how I can help. Continue with me as we read through the Word this year, lay the foundation for finding life. We will continue to build and evolve on top of that. I would love to hear from you. Let me know any way I may help, and we'll see you tomorrow. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a great Valentine's Day. Show some love today, all right? We'll see you tomorrow. Hey friend, thanks for watching my video or listening to my podcast. Again, I'm so glad you're here. If you would like more information about finding life, please be sure to subscribe. Don't forget about my free PDF download, The Top 3 Keys to Finding Life, which also includes the one decision that completely changed everything for me and can for you too. I'll have a link to it below. If you would like to help me help others find life, please be sure to give me a like, leave me a comment, a review, share with your family and friends. Any activity I get helps me help others find life. Lastly, don't forget to let me know how I can help you. What challenges are you facing? What are you struggling with? Let me know how I can help you specifically. Leave me a comment, send me an email, or set up a call with me. Until next time, let me leave you with this. There is a common thread that connects us all, and there is more to life than meets the eye. If you have ever felt like there has to be something more to life, you're on the right track. Keep moving forward.
Yeah.